Hello everyone, welcome to the second section of Flask tutorial. So in the first section we have created a simple response using Flask. So we'll do a small review before we move on to the second section. So we have created three files, right? So the init.py, roots.py and flaskapp.py. So init.py is a package file. So this package file is the main file, like whether you are creating your own package, this whatever app API that we are going to create, we have to create it as a package. So all the packages, our own package or the package that we are going to import from the external library, so all those packages will have this init.py. So for example, let's check our environment where we have kept all our packages. So if I go into the environment, if I go to the library, if I go to the site packages where we have kept all the packages that we need for this API creation. So you can see we have imported all these packages. Okay, some packages are built-in packages like pip, all those stuff, but we externally imported Flask. Let me check this Flask. So if you see, you can see this init.py is here. So for all the packages, let's check this pip, which is the built-in package. You can see init.py. Okay, let's check Jinja, init.py. So you can see that init.py will be there with all the package. Okay, since we are creating this app, it should be in a package form. Okay, so that's why we have this init.py. If it is a package, then only you can use import to use this import this package. Okay, so you can see here we are going to import it in our main app. From app, import app. So to do this command, the first requirement is it should be in a importable format. For that, it should be the package. So that's why we have created init.py package. So that one will have all the, internally it will have all the packages that we need. So if we go into this init.py, you can see the external package that we have imported is Flask. So since Flask is in a package mode, you can import all the code that is related to this package. Okay, so that's all about package. And the second thing, roots.py. Okay, so let me click this roots.py. So roots.py is the main file which actually connect the app, the browser. This is a kind of mapping function. Okay, so it will create a mapping between the app to the browser. So it will have a lot of root code. So how many web pages that we have, that many root decorator will be there. Okay, so that will help us to connect to the response page through different view function. Okay, so in our first session we created a simple view function like this, which will just say a welcome message. Okay, so then the last one, Flask app, that this is the main script. So we have to import our own package to run this app. So this is the basic review on the first session. Now we are going to move on to the second session, where we are actually, instead of displaying a simple message like this, we are going to actually display a web page in this section. So now to create a separate web page, first we have to create a separate folder to keep all our web page response, because we are going to create multiple web pages. So to keep it organized, let's create a separate folder to keep all the HTML pages, like as shown here. So inside this app folder, I have created a templates folder. Inside the templates folder, I'm going to keep all my web pages. So let's do that. So here inside this app folder, if I click, I can create a new folder here, and I'm just going to name it as templates. So inside this templates folder, I'm going to first create the base file, because instead of having all the structure like HTML, head, body, so instead of using that basic HTML structure again and again in all the pages, we can create a base template, and then we can extend that base template to other pages. So let me show you. So you can see here. Here I have created a base template called template.html, which has HTML, head tag, body tag, all these base template pages which will be there in all the pages. Okay, so that will be here in the template.html. And when we create the other pages, for example, here I am creating a login page. So when I create this login page, I don't need to code all those head tag, body tag, all those stuff. I don't need to recode everything. I can simply say extends template.html. Okay, so that will import, that will replace this this particular code will replace this code which is there in template.html. Okay, so we are creating a base file and we are just extending that base file for all other pages. So let's get started by creating a template.html in our code. So here I'm going to create a new file inside this. So I'm just going to name it as template.html or base.html. So we can say base file. So base.html. Okay, so inside this base.html, I'm just going to give all the basic structure. So starting from HTML core to head tag. So inside the head tag, I'm going to have a title, and inside that title, I'm just going to create a variable holder. Okay, so if there is a variable, then that variable will be replaced, or else it will just display it as home page. One good advantage of combining this Python and web page is we can include the programming concept. For example, if there is a title given, then we can use the title, or else we can just go use the base title, like base template. Okay, so there is a title provided, then we can use title. So that can be done because of the Jinja 2. Jinja 2 is the package that is already coming with the Flask. Okay, so we are just going to, since we have already installed Flask, this Jinja 2 package will be already there. So because of that Jinja 2 package, we will be able to do this. So what we are going to do, if there is, so we are going to say if there is title, if title is there, then use the title. Okay, or else use this title. So it actually, this if should come here. So if title is present, use this title, or else should be in the same level. So we are going to say if title is not there, so else I'm going to go with some default title saying welcome to web page. Okay, so we have to end this if. Okay, so to end this if, should be in the same level, end if. Okay, so this programming, including the programming concept, is possible because of Jinja 2. Okay, so we have mentioned that if title is present, display the title, or else display welcome to home page. Okay, so the next one we are going to include body tag. So here in the same level, we are including the body tag. So in this body tag, we are just going to keep a div tag to hold all our navigation. So that means all our page links. Okay, so let's say page links. So the first page that we are going to create is index page. Okay, so for that we are giving href. So let's add some attribute. So this page is going to be the home page. Okay, so here normally we will give the URL, right? The a tag href attribute, we will give the URL. Here we are just going to use the Jinja to format, that is, we are just creating it as a variable where we are going to specify the URL. Okay, so that we are going to say URL for, this is how we will specify the URL in Flask. So here we are going to say index.html. And then finally here we have to specify, after this div tag, this template, that is base template that we are creating, that will end here. So black content end black. So this one we have to specify here in the body tag. Okay, so this one will be replaced with the actual content, okay, in the other pages. That's the meaning of this. But that all other HTML head, body tag, or head tag, all those things will be replaced by base.html. So let's save this. Now we are going to create the actual index page. Okay, so here we are going to create actual index page, index.html. So remember, we don't need to use all the base structure of the HTML. We can simply say extends. What we are extending? We are extending the base.html that we have just created. Okay, so this should be called the base. And then on the top of that base.html, we are just going to create the content for this index.html page. So here, remember, the black content, the body tag will be replaced with the actual page content. So for that we are saying the actual content will be given here. So black content. So that's what we are specifying here, black content. So this black content will be replaced with this content that we are going to specify here inside this black content. So here we are just going to say some message like hello, and then here we are going to use the Jinja concept to, actually right now we are just going to use the mock object, but when we expand this app we will actually get the input from the user through the form, through the login credential, and we will say hello. So right now we are just going to use the mock object concept. I'll explain what it is later. So here this one is going to be the end of the black. Okay, so that is end block. Okay, so let's just give some space. Save. So we have our base file ready and we have index.html ready. Now we have to include this in our routes.py. Right now in the routes.py we just display this message. Now instead of displaying this message, we are going to render this index.html page. Okay, rendering index.html page. So that we have to update in our view function. In our view function, to render this template, first we are going to use some package, separate package that will help us to do this task. So that package is render template package. So Flask already has this, all this render template. This package will come with the Flask installation. So we are saying from Flask package import this render template package, so that we can use this facility to render this web pages here. Okay. And then here, instead of returning this simple message, we are just going to return some content. Okay, normally it will be login content, the form content, but now since we did maybe we will expand it in future. Right now, instead of getting that content, we are just going to use the mock object, that is temporary object, just to check how it works. Okay, so I'm just going to use the username. That's what we are going to display here. Remember, user.username. So we are going to pass that username here. Okay, username, and then return what? So instead of returning that message, we are going to return this render template. Okay, which is what we are importing here, render template. And then inside this render template, we have to pass these values. This is the function. We are going to pass what? Index.html. We are asking it to display index.html, which we just created. And remember, if there is a title, then display the title, right? That's what we have given here. So let's pass some title to see how it works. So we are just going to create a title called homepage. Homepage could be home, and then user, which is the user that we are passing here as a mock object. So what is user? User is the variable. Whatever we are passing here, that will be passed to the index.html. Okay, through Jinja we are doing it. So this should be in string. Okay, save. See, remember this render template will invoke the Jinja 2. Already I have explained what is Jinja 2, which is the package that comes with the Flask. That will actually replace like whatever we have given inside this this substitute. Okay, this will be replaced with the corresponding value. For example, here the base has title. The actual title value will be passed here. And then user, what is the user value? We are passing this user value here. And then index.html, that will be passed here. Okay, so all these corresponding values will be replaced with this with the actual values. Okay, so that will be passed as a variable. That will be taken care by Jinja 2 package. Okay, so now we have our template page ready, and then we have added it in our view function. Okay, through this we have added it with the view function. So instead of returning this simple message, now it is going to return this web page through this render template package. Okay, so everything is ready. Now let's try it. Let's run Flask Run. So there is actually a mistake in the code, like instead of here I missed the else spot. Okay, so I'm just adding that else spot here. So if title is given, then just display the title, or else display this default title. And there is one more error, you can see index.html. So it should not be index.html, because by default it in URL for will hold .html file. So we have to simply say index. So I have fixed those two bugs. So we have to change the else if, and then here we should not give .html. We have to simply say the file name. Okay, so now I will kill the terminal and create a new terminal, and then I'm going to run Flask Run, and then I'm going to open the server. Now you can see we whatever we have given in our index.html page, that is getting displayed here. Okay, so you can see the URL for, so this index page is getting displayed, and inside this index page we are passing this user.username. So this username value will be replaced with the value that we are passing in the view function. Inside the view function we have given this username, title, all those stuff. So that will be passed to this index.html page through the Jinja 2 package. Now we got this web page. Okay, so this is the end of the second session where we have connected our app to the web page. So then see you in the next section. Thank you.